All right, in this video, we're going to look at entities and symbols real quick. Okay, so we're going to create a new file called 10 underscore, and let's just call this entities.html. Okay, so we're going to put in our boilerplate. Let's say entities. So the first thing I want to show you is a non-breaking space. I'm going to put a comment here and say non-breaking space. So if I put a paragraph and I say, hello, my name is Brad, and I run this in live server, or you open your web page, so we just have a paragraph that says, hello, my name is Brad. Let's say that I wanted to put a bunch of white space. Okay, so where you see no text, it's called white space. Let's say I wanted to put a bunch of it in between is and Brad. Like if I go over here and I just put a bunch of spaces like that and I save, there's no difference. Okay, it doesn't, the browser is not going to see these spaces and render it like that. If you wanted to do that for some reason, and there's not too many cases where you would do this, but if you did, you could use a non-breaking space, which is an HTML entity. So it's actually going to be ampersand NBSP semicolon. Okay, remember in the last video at the end I showed you the copyright entity, which was ampersand copy semicolon. And you can look these up on W3 Schools. You can find a list of all the entities, symbols, and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and save this, and you see how it knocked it over a little bit? If I go ahead and grab this again and put another one, let's put a couple of them, and save, it'll keep pushing it over. So if you ever need to push a line over like that, you can use a non-breaking space. So next thing I'm going to show you is how we can use, or how we should use angle brackets. So greater than and less than. Obviously they're used in HTML tags, but what if we wanted to actually put them in the HTML page? Let's say greater than and less than. So put a paragraph and let's just say 5. Maybe this was a page that had some math equations or something. We'll say 5 is greater than 2. If we save that, it does actually show up on the page, but in some browsers it can actually get confused because it looks like the beginning or actually the end of an HTML tag. So usually when you do this, if you want to actually put an angle bracket displayed on the page, you would use the entity ampersand GT semicolon. Okay, GT is greater than. So let's save this and you'll see that it renders the same thing. Okay, if we wanted to do a less than, let's actually we'll just copy this down, and let's say, let's do 1 is less than 2. We could use LT. If I save that, you'll see 1 is less than 2. There's also numbers for entities as well. So I'm just actually going to copy this down again, the greater than, and instead of doing GT, I'm going to do number 62 and save, and notice that it again gives me the greater than. So the number for less than is actually 60. So we would do ampersand number sign 60 and save, and you'll see it gives us the same thing. Now in most cases you're going to use the greater than and less than, but I just wanted to show you that you can actually use the number. Okay, we already saw the copyright, but I'm going to put it in here anyways. So we're going to do ampersand copy semicolon. This is the one that I use frequently. We also have the trademark. So let's do ampersand, and this is REG. And if we save that, you can see it gives, oh, not the trademark, the little R. If we want to do like currency stuff, dollar signs, pounds, stuff like that, we can do, let's see, for, well, obviously dollar signs, we can use the actual key, but let's say we want to do cents. We could do ampersand cent, save, and it gives us the little cent sign. Okay, we can also do, if we're working with foreign currencies like pound, oops, We can do pound. We can do yen. We can do euro. If we save that, we get all those different symbols. We can even do suits, like card suits. Okay, such as spades. So if I wanted to do ampersand spades, semicolon, there we go. And of course we have the other three. So if we want clubs, hearts, and diamonds is actually DIAMS. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to use these very much, but I did just want to show you guys it. Also, if you want to display something in like computer code font, you can use the code tag. So let's say computer code. So let's say code, which is a tag. And let's say we wanted to display PHP. Okay, it's PHP code. Now in PHP, you start your code with this right here. This is an opening PHP tag, and this is a closing PHP tag. And you could put like echo, a string, hello. And I don't expect you to understand any of this, but let's say we wanted to display this on the page, and we wanted it to look like code. So we would replace this with the entity of less than. So we'll do ampersand LT semicolon, and then let's replace this with ampersand GT semicolon. And we'll save that, and now down here, notice that it actually looks like code. Okay, so if you wanted to put a code snippet into your page, maybe it's a programming site or something like that, that's how you would do it. There's also a tag called KBD for keyboard. So if we wanted to put like a paragraph and we were giving instructions to say save the file by pressing, and let's say we were telling them how to save a file, so Control S, we could put a KBD tag and we could put in CTRL plus S. We'll do yeah, like that, and save. And now save the file by pressing Control S, and notice the Control S is kind of it's in that computer code font. Okay, so it's again not these aren't things that you're going to use all the time, but it's something that is good to know. And again, if you want to look at all of the different entities and symbols available in HTML, you can go to the W3 Schools. It's like I said, it's a great reference site. All right, so in the next video, we're going to start to look at HTML5 semantic tags.